Lovely, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a frontal unit from start to finish using a sewing machine. This is a very easiest method. If you're looking for ways to make a wig using a sewing machine, then this video is definitely for you. Just make sure to watch it through from start to finish. Do not skip any parts because you'll be missing out some points. So you just want to take your tape rule and just place it from the front to the back like so, and then I'm just taking my lines following the inch like so. So that's just basically it. If you follow these procedures to making a wig, it will be very easy. Like you do not need to learn this like to pay a huge amount to learn how to make frontal unit, because this is the same procedures that they'll be showing you how to. So this is basically what you need, and I'm using a tailor's chalk. You can get this from a fabric store. I prefer using this because I could easily clean any lines that I make. In case if I make any mistake, it's easy for me to just erase it with the fabric also. So this is a bundle that I'll be making use of, and I'll be leaving the link on where you can purchase this. Trust me, it is very affordable, so you do not want to miss having this at your hands or your hair store or whatever. So lovelies, let's move on to what this video really is about and how you can make this frontal unit by yourself. So when I got to the part that I need to place my frontal, I had to stop marking out the guidelines, because this is the key. This is what you need to do first. So you want to fold your frontal like so into two, just to get the midpoint, and then making sure that you're also placing it in the midpoint of your wig cap. And then I just took my T-pin and I just secure that in place. And for the two sides, I used a rubber band to just hold the hair in place so that I could have a clearer view on where to place the frontal. So you want to do that also. Just use a rubber band and just hold that, or you can just use a clip, whichever that you have at home. So this is what you'll be doing, making sure that the back of the frontal is as flat as possible. You do not want it to be bulky or anything. This part has to be very flat. And then also you'll be having some extra units. That's the part that is going to be touching the ear, about 1.5. Make sure that it is 1.5, but sometimes depending on the wig cap and the head size of your clients, you want to be sure that you also take the head measurements, just to be sure. But regardless, this is just the perfect way to make a frontal unit for yourself, for your clients, however. So you just want to make sure that you draw out your guidelines, and this is how it is looking like. So now that we have our guidelines already, we're gonna be sewing the frontal unit, and of course with a sewing machine. So this is just basically it. So this is what I meant by 1.5. That's the part that is gonna be touching the ear unit, so that the ear part. So this is me just making sure to fold my wig cap to also get the midpoint before placing my frontal, and doing the same for my frontal units as well. So I'm just going to take my office pin and just secure that in place, and that's all. So to sew this with your sewing machine, you just want to start from the midpoint where you already have the office pin, and then you just sew it through. Sew one part to the ends of the wig cap, and then repeat the same process to the other side of the wig cap like so. And that is just basically it. So when you are done sewing the frontal to the wig cap, we're gonna proceed over to sewing the rest of the wig. So lovely, just keep on watching. If you get to give this video a huge thumbs up, can you do that, because this helps my video to get to a whole lot of people. So now that we have the frontal already sewn to the wig cap, so you just want to take out the part that is facing the frontal, just cut it off, making sure that you are not as close as the wig cap. Just give a little bit of 0.5 inch like so. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over to the sewing machine and just sew that one more time, just to make sure that this is extra secure to the wig cap. So this is a bundle. Like I said, I'm gonna be leaving the link on the screen right here and also on the description, so that you guys can actually purchase if you want two, and trust me, the price is very, very budget friendly. The reason why I love this hair is the fact that it has this natural kind of look, especially when you're done wigging it. Like, it is so amazing. So to sew this, starting with the guideline that we already have, you want to make sure that your stitch is looking as neat as possible, especially at the the under part of the stitch. So this is just basically what I do. After sewing the first guideline, instead of going to the second guideline, I just went to the midpoint, that's the midpoint before the second guideline, and then I just start sewing all the way through. The reason is because I want this wig to be as full as possible, and also because the hair is not a double weft, it's a single weft, and I want to make sure that I put as much as extensions that I want to. That is the reason why I did not follow the second guideline. So when you sew the first guideline, instead of going to the next, which is the second, you sew at the midpoint before the second guideline, and like so. So now I'm sewing on the second guideline, but I already have, like, this is the third track for the week. So this is just basically what you'll be doing until you're done wigging this. Like, easy, right? Like, very, very easy. The essence of drawing out your guidelines is so that you can have a clearer guide on how to sew it, because without the guideline, you'll be so, like, you will just sew it, like, it would not come out looking great. Like, I remember the first time that I tried sewing a wig without following the guideline, until I was used to sewing the wig without the guideline, because then I already had a clearer view or a clearer direction on how to wig this properly without guidelines. But for a beginner, you need to draw the guidelines to be able to have a clear understanding on how to wig properly before you can start wigging without guidelines. This is the essence of guidelines. So lovelies, this is basically what you'll be doing, and like I said, make sure that your stitch underneath is looking as neat as possible, because you want to be sure that your clients will come back with another wig, as per se, that your wigging is neat. So this is very key, making sure that your sewings are very, very neat. And this is a manual sewing machine, this is not an electric sewing machine. So of course you can use a manual sewing machine to, like, wig any kind of hair. So this is just basically it. And yes, I'm done wigging this, and this is how it is looking like. As you can see, lovelies, it is looking so nice. This is something that you can actually consider as a business if you want to. So now this is just me using my hot comb to just slick the frontal part very well. So yes, my clients wanted this as a side part, so first I wanted to make sure that I actually slick the front before I started straightening out the hairs, like so. And yes, this is how the final look, this is the final result. Let me know what you guys think about this wig in the comment section. And yes, do make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. See you all in my next video. Subscribe if you haven't, and yes, bye lovelies.